So let's get on with it. You could have been somebody.
I turn this shit black and white. You gotta be just like the projections. And it's just in my face, up close. It's the part I take the mask off and see my face really close. And it's not solarized, it's normal, it's just black and white. My mama was
Yeezus!
I'm feeling a light to decent 5 on Yeezus.
Man, 2013 was a wild time for Ye, man. I mean, honestly, every year is kind of wild for Ye, but he really had his ego way above anyone I've ever seen before. He was going ham in the interviews.
How, Sway? Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
Kanye.
He was thinking he was a god.
When someone comes up and says something like, I am a god, everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was, a god.
And there really isn't anything more legendary low-key than on the day of June 18th, 2013. Not only did Yeezus release, which has one of the most unique album covers of all time in my opinion, but J. Cole's Born Sinner and Mac Miller's Watching Movies with the Sound Off was all released on the same day. What a day for hip-hop. But yeah, speaking of Yeezus, that tour though? Bruh, I wish I went to that. Let me know in the comments if you actually went to the Yeezus tour. The theatrics looked insane, let alone the performance. But yeah, the album itself, Kanye actually chose the cover to look like this because he said that he knew that CDs were going to be a flash in the past sooner than we think. He felt like CDs were on their way out and it's going to become mostly digital. So he said that this was an open casket for the CD, which I think is extremely clever and a dope concept. And as of today's date, June 18th, 2023, it has been exactly 10 years since this came out, bruh. Yeezus marked a significant departure from Kanye's previous sound, showcasing a more experimental and abrasive style. And when this album came out, bro, it's either you really loved it or you really hated it. Like, there's really no in between with this project. It's extremely indecisive between pretty much everyone. It's either your favorite project or one of your least favorite, but has since been recognized as a highly influential and groundbreaking album. It really pushed the boundaries of hip-hop and incorporated elements of industrial, electronic, and punk music with lyrics that touched on themes such as fame, race, and personal introspection. The album had songs like Black Skinhead,
4 in the morning, and I'm zoning, they say I'm possessed.
New Slaves,
You see it's broken, erase them, that's that, don't touch anything in the stove.
Bound 2, and Blood on the Leaves.
Bam. And I told you the way. Yeah, I told you the way.
Which really became fan favorites and sparked discussions about Ye's artistic evolution. And over the past decade, Yeezus has continued to resonate with listeners and has been cited as a source of inspiration for many artists across different genres. Its impact on the music industry can be seen in the experimental and boundary-pushing approach taken by a bunch of different artists. And as we reflect on Yeezus 10 years later, it still remains a significant entry in Kanye's discography, showcasing his willingness to take risks and challenge the conventions of popular music. Its legacy as a bold and polarizing work of art is likely to shine through for years to come. But if we're going to talk about more in terms of impact though, I mean, where do I even begin? Just a shifting sound and aesthetic, Yeezus marked a departure from the soulful and sample-heavy sound that Ye was known for. Its abrasive and minimalistic production, coupled with distorted vocals and industrial elements, created a raw and aggressive sonic experience. This departure from the mainstream hip-hop sound influenced other albums and artists who really try to break away from conventional production techniques. And it's funny too, because when you think about Yeezus, you really think about that grunge sound, and it's kind of like a genre blurring thing. Like, Yeezus blurred the lines between genres, really. It really opened up the door for possibilities to kind of like cross over, you know, like a genre fusion and experiment more, especially in hip-hop. Like the use of all the distorted synths, unconventional drum patterns, and glitchy effects. Like, I don't know, that was just really different at the time. And personally, when this came out, I was super on the fence, bro. When I was listening to it, I'm like, bruh, what? Just the first track alone, I'm like, what is this, fam? Like, I really didn't know if I loved it or hated it. I'm still really on the fence with this project. I'm kind of 50-50 on it, like nostalgia aside, because I have a lot of memories about this project, but I don't know, I really would only go back to like 5 songs on this project. I don't know. Hold My Liquor though is, bro, too good.
Yeezus is supposed to be in stores. I heard you. Are you on the album?
Yeah, I did a song called, I forgot. Yeah, I'm on it. I forgot what the song's called.
Yeah.
But it's a hot song.
But long as you own it, right?
All right.
All right, so at least we got something out of him. Chief Keef is on Kanye's new album, the new Yeezus album.
I can't handle no liquor.
I don't know, there's just certain songs that I just, it's just not for me, I guess. In terms of fashion and visuals, Yeezus had a significant impact on Ye's fashion and visual aesthetics. But yeah, a lot of people credit this album for kind of the birth of Travis Scott. And you can hear it a lot in Travis's early work, especially on Al Faro. Yeah, it's heavily Kanye inspired, so who knows? I mean, Cudi and Ye, without them two, they probably wouldn't be Travis, just in general. But and in terms of whether or not the population really loves an album and really hates it at the same time, Yeezus is kind of that metaphor for it. Kind of like Whole Lotta Red. Like, you can argue that Whole Lotta Red is the Yeezus of this generation, you know what I'm saying? Or it's like Playboy's Yeezus, because it's like a lot of people love it and a lot of people hate it. Same thing with Rocky's Testing. I mean, he even said that that's his Yeezus. You know, it's an album that he wanted to make. It's very indecisive between fans and critics alike. A lot of people love it. A lot of people don't like it for how experimental and different sounding it is. So, I mean, yeah, that's all influence right there. And overall, Yeezus' impact lies in its ability to disrupt the hip-hop landscape, push artistic boundaries, and inspire a new wave of experimentation in music, and will continue to be celebrated as a pivotal and influential album. But I really want to know your opinion on this project. Do you remember when this came out? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Let me know in the comments, fam. And I'll check you guys in the next video. Peace.